Hi everybody, welcome back to Bobby's Bucks, where I share everything I do to shoot my next buck. In this video, we're going to talk about all the different seasons here in Michigan for 2025. So, as always, I recommend that you guys get the guide. It's available at all the different stores. It's also available online. It's available in your phone right now, so you can get all this information right, because a lot of this depends on which DMU you're hunting in. So before we jump into the main deer seasons, there's a couple of special opportunities early in September that set the tone for the year. The Liberty Hunt in mid-September is designed specifically for youth and hunters with disabilities. The reason why they do this hunt, it's about more than just filling a tag. It's about giving kids and new hunters that first chance. For families, it's a time to get into the woods together, pass down traditions, and make some awesome memories, before the busier season begins. I always looked forward to this when my kids were young because I really wanted them to become deer hunters, and it helped. Deer haven't really felt the pressure yet, so it's a great chance for success. You'll see a lot of deer. So then just a week later, Michigan offers the early antlerless firearm season. Many hunters view this hunt as a freezer-filling opportunity. It's especially valuable on private land where landowners want to manage deer numbers. It used to be just private land only. Especially valuable that it's placed before the season starts. If you've got crops or food plots, this season can help. Some hunters purposely use this season on properties where they don't plan to chase bucks, just to avoid messing up the hunt, because that's something that we do too. We hunt public land versus our private because it's just going to muck it up for early season for chasing a buck. Because one single doe harvest can really make a mature buck change his pattern. There's tons of different opportunities for early season. Now, we move into October 1st, the big day, the start of the archery season. Hunters across Michigan count down the days to this opener because now we're hunting bucks, we're chasing those big bucks. So for many early bow season hunters, it's about taking that certain deer. It's all about getting into the woods, finding your rhythm again, enjoying the most scenic time of the year. The early season gives hunters a chance to put venison in the freezer while also scouting deer movement, leading into the rut. This is when you learn more about the deer, where they're feeding, how they're traveling, and you can adjust your strategy accordingly week by week. And we have videos that will walk you right through the season, early season lull, pre-rut, rut, post-rut. And honestly, it's one of the most beautiful times to be outside. The leaves start to turn, the air cools, the mosquitoes go away, and you get to watch the woods shift from green to shades of orange and red. And as the fall moves along, the leaves drop, the woods open up, and hunters they finally have like a clearer sight of the deer travel. And in the Upper Peninsula, there's another important change. Archery hunters can now legally harvest does, which wasn't always the case. That makes archery season even more versatile up north. So then comes the date that just about every hunter has off in Michigan, has it circled on the calendar, November 15th, the opener of regular firearm season. This is the biggest hunting event of the year, no question. Camps fill up, families and friends, they get together, folks that you don't really get to see very often, everyone's together for the tradition of deer hunting. And it's in full display on social media. Even folks that don't normally hunt are out there for opening day, and the rut is still influencing deer behavior. So that's one of the best times to actually see bucks and deer movement. Hunters look forward to this season, not just for hunting opportunities, but also for the camaraderie and the tradition. So once firearm season closes at the end of November, bow hunters get their chance again from December 1st through January 1st. This is a much harder archery season. The late archery season is a test of patience and toughness. Food becomes the #1 driver of deer movement. So hunters focus on standing crops, food plots, and remaining browse. The weather is much colder. Daylight hours are shorter, and every hunt feels like hardcore and earned. Hunters who stick with it, they get to enjoy the woods to themselves, dragging deer out with snow. Outsmarting deer late season, that's special. Early December also brings muzzleloader season, but here's a few changes. In the Lower Peninsula, hunters can now use any rifle during muzzleloader season. The DNR still calls it muzzleloader, but the goal is clear: increase harvest numbers, because the herd is so large right now, especially in some areas. Depending on how many deer are taken and reported, the DNR may revisit this rule in 2026. That's why they're probably, sticking with calling it muzzleloading. But right now, though, hunters, they get a little extra firearm opportunity at a time when deer are predictable around food. So from December 15th through January 1st, much of the Lower Peninsula offers the late antlerless firearm season. This season is all about herd management. It gives hunters another chance to help balance the buck-to-doe ratio, fill their freezer, and support healthier deer herds long term. Doe tags during extended seasons in some areas cost as little as $5, making it an affordable way for any family to stock up on venison and fill the freezer. So up in the Upper Peninsula, though, sadly, there is no early or late antlerless firearm season. So January brings even more opportunities in select counties. Bow hunters in certain parts of the state can continue chasing deer through the entire month in the extended archery season. Now, that's a rare treat, and it appeals to most of the dedicated hunters. I'm out there all the way until the end, as long as I have a tag to fill. There's also an extended late antlerless firearm season. Brandon and I hunted this last year in early January in some counties for areas with too many deer. This is one more chance to help with the population, put it back into balance. Okay, so now the reason we're seeing these extended seasons in the Lower Peninsula, it ties back into hunting participation. See, Michigan has seen a major drop in tags. Roughly from 800,000 down to 300,000, the DNR responded by lengthening the seasons to keep deer numbers from getting out of control. But here's the interesting thing. Local archery shops haven't seen a drop in customers, both in buying bows, arrows, broadheads, accessories. Bow hunting is like, it's on the rise. And public land feels even more congested. I can attest to that. That leads many of us to wonder, are some folks just not buying tags but still going hunting? And that's why deer reporting has become mandatory. Every hunter must report it online within 72 hours. It's free, it only takes 5 minutes, and failing to do so, it can result in a $150 fine. So personally, I think it's a good step. The DNR needs accurate harvest numbers so they can make better decisions. I mean, just imagine they're just guessing. You don't want that. A healthy herd with the right buck-to-doe ratio means that bucks will be seeking does in the woods. If there's too many does, then they'll just run around at night. So there are a few more important points worth mentioning. The extended seasons don't apply everywhere. DMUs 115, 145, 245 are all exceptions. That's why it's so important to get into the guide and look yourself. There's also an attempt to allow baiting for a $20 contribution tag, but that proposal didn't pass. The main concern was disease spreading through concentrated deer populations. The irony, though, is that bait is still sold all over the state at all these stores. That decision is frustrating for a lot of hunters who feel it drives a wedge between the DNR and the long-standing hunting traditions. In the Upper Peninsula, however, baiting remains legal. It's totally legal to bait up north, and that's probably due to the deer population. So when you look at the big picture, each season offers something different. September hunts focus on youth and management. Early November highlight the beauty of the woods and the buildup of the rut. Mid-November brings the tradition of camaraderie, a firearm season. December and January extend opportunities for those willing to put in the work. I love late season. It's one of my favorite seasons. It allows us to focus on herd balance. And with mandatory reporting, every hunter now plays a role in shaping the future of the Michigan deer herd. So in the end, the message is simple. Michigan gives us more opportunity than ever to hunt, to manage, and to enjoy the outdoors. It's up to us to use these opportunities responsibly and do our part to keep this tradition alive for generations to come. I absolutely love deer hunting. It's one of my favorite passions. I want everyone to be able to enjoy this in the future. So I wish everybody the best of luck out there. I hope you guys shoot a deer that you're proud of. Be sure to let me know any questions or comments you have. I'll get back to everybody. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.